Hi everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
The race of the day for Saturday is race number 6 at Santa Anita. It's the Grade 2 Californian Stakes. And over the years, this has been a terrific late spring race for the handicap division. But the handicap division this season in California has been decimated because everybody's going out of town. Country Grammar went to the Middle East. So did Hot Rod Charlie. Royal Ship had a nice comeback a couple weeks ago. He couldn't wheel back quite so soon. So in the meantime, we were looking for a leader to the handicap division, and guess what? One of them has definitely stepped up. His name is Express Train, and unfortunately, he's in a field of only 5 starters. The first 2 graded stakes races Saturday both have 5 starters. There's a look at the field. And number 3, Express Train, is the horse to beat. He's the likely favorite, seeking his 4th consecutive win. Express Train and Kona Gold Stakes favorite Brickyard Ride are the only 2 3-time stakes winners this winter at Santa Anita, both of them looking for their 4th consecutive stakes win at the meet. Brickyard Ride looks like a slam dunk. I'm not so sure about Express Train, and that's not to take anything away from him. He's the best horse in the field, but there are a couple others in this field who have a chance at an upset, and we'll talk about them. But before we do, let's take a look at the winter campaign of Express Train, who returned on December 26th at Santa Anita in the Grade 2 San Antonio, and there are 2 very good horses in front of him. 8 rings on the inside, Hot Rod Charlie 2 wide, but 3 wide outside. Express Train making his first start since early October. He puts his head down and he goes after those good horses to his inside, and he's up to win in San Antonio by a nose over Hot Rod Charlie, who subsequently went to Dubai and had a terrific winter campaign. Next time out, well, it got a little easier for Express Train this time. The competition slackened a little bit, and Express Train in the Grade 2 San Pasquale at 1 1/8 miles, the same distance as the Californian on Saturday, and Express Train ran away. He won by almost 4 lengths, not much behind him. Law Professor, who I thought was going to be a good horse, turns out I was wrong, and Express Train dominated. He was expected to dominate the Santa Anita handicap last month. He was even money. This race was going to be a formality, right? Well, it turned out to be anything but, because Midwest shipper Warrant in the yellow silks down on the inside ran the race of his career and gave Express Train all he could handle. But Express Train, not only is he fast, but he is also game, and he refused to let Warrant get past him. So that was the first big cap win for trainer John Sheriff's. Express Train is owned by Lee and Susan Searing, and Express Train, his regular rider is Victor Espinoza, who's been aboard him all 3 starts this winter and is back aboard on Saturday. Express Train is the best horse in the field. There's no doubt about it. Why is he not a slam dunk? Because there are 2 other horses in the race, including that I think can win, including a horse that Express Train crushed last time out. I'm referring to Stiletto Boy, number 5 Stiletto Boy. He finished 9 lengths behind Express Train in the big cap. Did he have an alibi? Well, trainer Ed Mosier thinks he was still knocked out after finishing 3rd behind Life is Good and Knicks Go in the Pegasus. And it kind of makes sense because Stiletto Boy ran a super race in the Pegasus. In fact, I bet on him that day. He was a giant price. I thought he had a chance to at least finish 2nd. He didn't. He was 3rd across the wire, but he battled with Knicks Go through the stretch. And then he came back to California, and Mosier suspects that Stiletto Boy was still knocked out from that trip to Florida for the Pegasus. And based on his performance, you'd have to agree. So what gives anybody any indication that Stiletto Boy has returned to form? Well, I happened to be out at Santa Anita last weekend, and Stiletto Boy could not have been more impressive in a 5-furlong workout. He broke off behind 2 allowance caliber rivals and absolutely dusted them in the stretch, ran right past them. The workout got a 58 and timed in 58 and 4. It was a bullet workout. Beyond the fast final time, it was how he did it. Stiletto Boy crushed those good rivals. He came back to Mosier's barn prancing and dancing around like no big deal. The point is this: Stiletto Boy is back in form, I believe. Now, he's not exactly a win machine. He started 14 times and has won only 2. But he's been battling the likes of Life is Good, Medina Spirit, Knicks Go. Express Train crushed him last time out. I expect Stiletto Boy to run a much better race on Saturday than he did last month in the Santa Anita Handicap. Is it good enough to defeat Express Train? Maybe not, but at a bigger price, perhaps Stiletto Boy should be considered at least. I'll be doubling the race, at least doubling it in all horizontal wagers. But the most important horse in the race, I always say this, the most important horse in the race, in my opinion, is the horse who's expected to make the lead. And that, in this case, is a horse by the name of Shaz. He's 3 for 3. One of his wins was via disqualification. Previously trained by Bob Baffert, Sean McCarthy is now the listed trainer for Shaz. And the reason why he's the most important horse in the race, he will dictate the tempo. I believe he's the speed of the field. Now, his first 2 starts were in sprints. He earned a big number, 105 Beyer, first start out, winning his career debut. Second time out in a one of the van, he finished second across the wire. He was moved up on kind of a bogus disqualification, if you ask me. But last time out, the question was, could Shaz go long? This was in a 2 other van on April 2nd at Santa Anita. Let's see if Shaz can carry his speed 1 mile. You already know the answer because I told you he was 3 for 3. Shaz made the lead under jockey Mike Smith, and he was gone. So this was not a fast race. They went a mile in 37. He earned a 93 Beyer speed figure. You can't really make a case for Shaz on Beyer speed figures, but you can make a case for him on a couple other factors. Potential, lone speed, and he's also undefeated. He started only 3 times. We don't know how much more improvement Shaz has. We also don't know if he will continue his sharp form with all the behind-the-scenes stuff that has been going on. Now trained by Sean McCarthy as Bob Baffert sits out a 90-day suspension. But Shaz, a potential controlling speed, maybe he gets loose. I don't think he will because Stiletto Boy has more speed than I think many of us perceive him to have. And in fact, Stiletto Boy could be first over on Shaz. So Shaz, the horse to catch, Express Train, the horse to beat. Stiletto Boy, I'm still waiting for him to break through. And based on his workout last weekend at Santa Anita, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Stiletto Boy score an upset in the Californian. The horse to beat, it's Express Train, race 6, Saturday at Santa Anita.